Interesting way to carry your trophy there.
Got no bucket, so put it there.
For years, headlines were thrown in our faces blaming Dele Alli for his own downfall. They said the boy, once hailed as England's top talent and the most expensive midfielder in the world, turned out to be a lazy, self-absorbed show-off who threw his career away for parties, fast cars and Fortnite instead of football. But all of that was a lie. Stories fed by tabloids while no one actually knew the truth. Now that the truth is out, Cole was born in Manchester in 2002 and joined the Manchester City Academy at the age of 8. Coaches admitted that even back then, he was pulling off moves in training that you rarely see from players twice his age. The kid's talent was obvious to anyone watching, but there was one serious issue. Cole was growing slowly and struggling to build physical strength. At one point, the academy even considered releasing him. He didn't need hormone treatment like Lionel Messi. Instead, his parents developed a special nutrition plan, and by the time he turned 14, his growth took off. Eventually, Palmer shot up to 6'1", 185 centimeters, fitting perfectly into the modern game where physicality is more important than ever. Cole made his debut for Manchester City's senior team in September 2020, just a few months after turning 18. But breaking into Pep Guardiola's starting lineup is tough even for established stars, and young Palmer was no exception. Confident in his abilities, he didn't want to waste away on the bench, so in the summer of 2023, he asked to leave. Chelsea won the race for the rising talent, securing his transfer for €47 million. At the time, many laughed at the London club. Who in their right mind would pay that kind of money for a no-name? But to everyone's surprise, Cole lit up Stamford Bridge so quickly that people soon started calling him the next British superstar. Chelsea's new owner, Todd Boehly, who bought the club from Roman Abramovich, had been spending outrageous amounts on transfers. At first, that frustrated not just rival clubs but also Chelsea's own fans. Palmer became the first signing to prove that Boehly's spending spree might actually work. The Englishman started racking up goals and assists like clockwork. His stats from the first season at Stamford Bridge were jaw-dropping. 22 goals and 11 assists in 33 Premier League games, phenomenal numbers for an attacking midfielder. He did hit a slight dip in form during the second half of the season, but still finished with 23 goal contributions, 15 goals and 8 assists. Solid numbers. And more importantly, Chelsea secured a Champions League spot, hitting their biggest target of the season. But the most impressive thing, Cole always turns up in finals. When it matters most, he's unstoppable. In the Conference League final against Real Betis, Chelsea were trailing until the 65th minute. Then Palmer flipped the script with 2 brilliant assists, one to Enzo Fernandez and another to Nicolas Jackson. And in the Club World Cup final against PSG, he handled business all on his own. After missing a great chance from João Pedro's backheel pass, the Englishman kept pressing near Gianluigi Donnarumma's goal, and by the 30th minute, he'd already scored twice. Just before halftime, he also delivered a perfect assist to Pedro. Chelsea went into the break leading 3-0, and that scoreline never changed. Palmer clearly has a special mentality for finals. You could also point to his goal against Spain in the Euro 2024 final, which brought England level. Gareth Southgate's team ended up losing, but Cole proved himself once again. In fact, across 8 finals in his career, from the FA Youth Cup to the clash with PSG, Palmer has racked up 8 goals and 3 assists. He's becoming a true big game player. The last time Chelsea had someone like that, it was probably Didier Drogba. In real life, Palmer's a bit of an oddball. That laid-back, spaced-out vibe, it's not an act, it's just who he is. When journalists ask him questions, he often replies with a simple "what" or "I don't know." It's become a full-on meme across social media. Can you compare working under Guardiola and Pochettino? I don't know. Why do you think Southgate called you up to the national team? I don't know. My favorite song? I don't have one. I just use my friend's Spotify. Cole has no shame admitting he has no idea how to use a washing machine. I can't cook, I can't get around London, and I don't even know how to use the washer. My mom used to do my laundry. My dad came with me for the first couple of days to help set up the flat, but my stuff's still in Manchester. Chelsea hired me a chef, he said after moving to London. It's kind of like Ousmane Dembele's carefree energy at Barca. That low-key attitude might be exactly what gives players like Palmer and Dembele their calm on the pitch. Coles also admitted he had no idea who Antonin Panenka was. He celebrates goals with such a stone-cold face that fans nicknamed him Cold Palmer. The vibe is topped off with his signature celebration, arms crossed like he's freezing, borrowed from his friend Morgan Rogers. Last year, Palmer even went ahead and trademarked it. Palmer knows exactly what he's doing. Behind his reputation as a cold-blooded finisher lies huge marketing potential, and he's leaning into it in style. He rocks ice blue Rolexes. A video of him pulling England's Young Player of the Year trophy out of a fridge racked up millions of views. In a Burberry ad, he's seen silently fishing in a designer overcoat for 9.5 minutes straight. Marketers admit it. Palmer is starting to break into mainstream culture. He's on track to become the most recognizable English footballer since David Beckham. Real Madrid should probably be taking notes, but if Chelsea ever lets go of their rising superstar, it'll be for galactic money. 2 years ago, Palmer joined Chelsea as a backup midfielder with ice in his veins. Now his records light up stadium scoreboards. The first ever first-half poker in Premier League history, Chelsea's latest ever match-winning penalty, and a bronze plaque that reads, "First English club to win all 3 European trophies." Up next, the national team, new tactical plans under Enzo Maresca and the Champions League. But the lesson from this season is simple. Thunder may be loud, but it's the ice-cold silence that decides the outcome. And that silence has a name: Cole Palmer.